right. Did you see her? She was out of control.
Did you address
those days are over. The days of woke. The days of woke. No, I didn't. The days of woke are over. That woman, I have no idea who she is. That woman was out of control. She was shoving federal agents. She was out of control. The days of that crap are over in this country. We're going to have law and order.
President Trump commenting on the charges filed by the Justice Department against New Jersey Congresswoman Lamonica McIver for her actions in a recent insurrection at a federal ICE detention facility. McIver has been charged with assaulting law enforcement. Does she have any regrets?
I would not have done anything different because, once again, the people that I represent expect for me to do my job, and that is exactly what I plan on doing, and that is what I was doing that day at Delaney Hall. I mean, it's super unfortunate, Kate, that we have come to this point, you know, in America, that this is what we see happening to leaders who are trying to do their jobs, rather it's the mayor of the largest city, rather it's a judge. You know, we've seen this administration come after and attack, you know, leaders for doing their jobs. It's political intimidation, and I will not be intimidated.
Jason, is her job like protesting outside the ICE detention facility? I mean, seriously, shouldn't she be focusing on, like, you know, getting prices down and doing other things like that?
Well, you know, getting prices down, I think that's the job of the president. He promised to do that on day one. Certainly hasn't happened. And
Totally
it's
has. Egg
moving,
prices,
it's moving in the
energy
other
prices.
direction.
Come on, Jason.
But at the same time, calling that, first of all, she was doing her job. She was there for oversight. And calling that an insurrection, you know, I've been pushed, you know, a little harder at a movie theater. That is not something that I would call some sort of assault. I think that it's just a waste of law enforcement's time and resources to go after these sorts of things. I would say law enforcement has bigger fish to fry than to go after Monica McIver for doing her job and being outside of the gate of that facility, as was Ross Baraka when he was arrested.
Yeah, her job pushing law enforcement. That was her job.
I don't think those are her constituents inside that facility, right?
She might say they are.
Yeah, well, there's one argument. And then the other, of course, is I'm old enough to remember when Democrats didn't like the pushing and shoving of police officers at federal buildings. It's like ringing a bell. January 6th comes to mind. I'd like to see the same type of treatment to these protesters that January 6th defendants got. Trespass, the charge that you mentioned that the Congresswoman is facing. We saw the DOJ laser focused on them, and several of the January 6th defendants didn't even touch officers, yet we're looking at more charges than the Congresswoman has.
Right.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.